Hello and welcome. I'm very happy to have you back for a new edition of Your Focus Business, the show that gives a voice to those who make our economy. With today's guest, listen carefully. We're going to discover the largest, smartest, and most comprehensive metal sourcing platform for accessing global metal suppliers. So raw materials. But not only that, with such an introduction, our guest is under a lot of pressure. I'm obviously eager to see him deliver. Hello, Michelle Oyayin. You're the CEO of MoovinV. Is that right?
Hello, Thierry. That's right.
So, are you handling the pressure from the introduction?
Yes, no problem.
The smartest, the most complete, etc. You'll have to prove it to me in the next 8 minutes. We'll start at the beginning, the presentation of MoovinV.
Exactly. So MoovinV is actually a Canadian company that was created in Montreal, where one of the main aeronautics clusters is located. And in fact, the first product we created was a marketplace for raw materials certified for the aeronautics industry, which connected sellers who had surplus materials with buyers who were looking for materials quickly. So we started working with a circular economy dimension. And then gradually, our clients asked us for other tools. And that's how we have actually put a digital ecosystem on the market today, which in fact offers 3 solutions: a solution for purchasing, a solution for associations that want to promote the circular economy within their community. And we have also brought some smart tools. We call them smart tools, which actually help break down barriers between different departments in the company. So it allows you to anticipate decisions, anticipate what's called the core bail before the big.
The core bail, I need a translation there.
Make it in-house or buy it externally.
That's simpler.
Yeah, that's simpler.
So I was a bit simplistic in my introduction, actually, because your scope is much broader.
Oh yes, that's right. We started with raw materials and we own that because today it's a challenge for many companies. So we are well positioned in that area. However, we have extended the use of the system to other commodities. So to electronic components, to manufactured parts, even to logistics. So today it's a chameleon tool that can indeed be used in purchasing for different commodities.
So before we see who your clients are, where exactly are you located so we can understand?
We have an international organization. We are located in Canada, the United States, Mexico, France, Germany, and since the beginning of last year, in India.
Oh, yeah.
So that also corresponds, in fact, to the type of our clients who are our companies with international organizations. So we follow them globally, but we also act locally for them.
So speaking of which, can we get into the details? Who are your clients? What are their profiles?
It's interesting because they are, if I had to give, for example, the company sizes, I'd say it ranges from 1 person for the smallest client, not in size, but in number.
Yes, I understood.
Up to several thousand people with the international organization.
And in what fields?
Business sector? Well, a lot in aeronautics because we come from the world of aeronautics. That was our initial target. Right. That's it. But beyond that, we are now diversifying into sectors like energy, medical, automotive, which in fact all have the same challenges.
So the scope of possibilities is vast, if I'm following you correctly.
Exactly. For the development of your company.
Exactly.
Exactly. But today, in fact, all these companies have exactly the same challenges. That is a need to secure supplies, the ability to react globally, the fact of also dealing with environmental issues, and then controlling and optimizing its costs. And in fact, all companies have the same challenge, whether it's in sectors that are doing very well, like aeronautics, or in sectors that are suffering a little more today, like the automotive industry, for example.
Pardon me for asking, but is there competition in your field, in your sector? Do you have competitors? You're going to tell me no, you don't.
Well, no, we're unique, of course.
We're unique, right? That's it.
But in a way, it's true. In a way, it's true because we're often confused with management software or what we call, for example, ERPs. We don't do that at all. We don't do management. We're really in a niche market and we provide tools that will allow you to automate tasks that other systems don't do.
So you're unique. I get it. There are no competitors. There are no competitors. There are no competitors. I got the message. What are your upcoming objectives?
Well, our objectives are to continue to develop, to continue to work in different business sectors and really become the benchmark in automating supply chain functions.
So what are your company's values? Be careful, I'm waiting.
Well, as for values, we have many, but I think there is indeed the industrial standard, which consists of to provide products and technologies that will be useful. There's the notion of international presence. That's also an important value given our clients' demands. And then collaboration, because precisely we don't just provide tools for purchasing. We also provide tools to anticipate at the other department level. Because before a request reaches purchasing, it goes through an engineering department, it goes through a manufacturing department and others.
Are there any appointments coming up soon for you, for your group, important appointments we can discuss together very quickly?
Yes, we participate in trade shows around the world. So in fact, soon we'll be in Seattle. We're going to participate in a trade show in India, a trade show in Italy. So we actually participate in trade shows in the three main regions where we are.
And to finish, a word or a phrase to summarize MoovinV.
Well, that would be agility.
Agility.
Agility, exactly. Because we've always been responsive to our customers' requests. And that's something that's very important these days.
Oh, there's a question I forgot to ask you. I should have started with that. MoovinV. What does that mean exactly?
It means moving inventory.
Moving inventory.
Because in fact, our first product was a marketplace. So basically, that was it. It was about being able to move surplus dormant stock.
Well, listen, it was fascinating listening to you in any case. Thank you very much for coming to see us. Michel Ohayon, CEO of MoovinV, was my guest on Focus Business, a show you can watch on lefigaro.fr.